I'm Gabe Jacobson, and I'm trying to be either a filmmaker or a fine artist.
My name is Ben Kuka, and I want to work in some sort of public relation lobbyist job.
I'm Evan Stark, and I don't know what I want to do with my life.
I'm Maisie Gleick, and I want to own my own movement.
My name is Annika, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with my future.
I really want to join the Peace Corps. That's like the real end goal.
I think I've always been interested in art and whatever, but this magazine called Elephant Magazine, it's a fine arts magazine. That magazine sort of made me realize that you can be an artist. Because like my whole life people said to me like you can't actually be an artist. For me I'm positive I want to do something in the arts. Within that realm, like I have no idea.
And my father, my uncle, and my grandpa are all involved in law to some degree, and so I guess it's like in my genetics to be able to argue a point and converse with people. This past summer I interned for a gubernatorial campaign for Mr. Pete Ricketts, so I did a lot of things like make phone calls and promote events. At one of these said events, I met someone who is a lobbyist and like just randomly started talking to him. He started talking to me about what he does, and like it was just really intriguing and interesting.
I worked at my grandparents' bed and breakfast for the past 2 summers, and part of that is baking every day for the guests. And at first I thought it was just one of my chores, but then I found myself to really enjoy it. Every day was like the thing I looked forward to most. Instead of making the beds and like cleaning the bathrooms in the morning, like I did that super quickly just so I could get to the cinnamon rolls in the afternoon.
I have a lot of interests, and I feel like if I choose something, I have to really commit, and that's like the only thing I'm going to be able to do for the rest of my life. Every time I tell someone I want to join the Peace Corps, they're like, oh, that's nice, and then they kind of wander away because they have nothing to say to that, and it's very funny. And I also hear a lot that I should just do it after high school, like it's not worth my time after college, after I've like gotten all the education that I'm going to get.
I think like Williston in particular kind of gave me a sense of like who I am, even though like I've been able to take so many different classes and like delve into so many different subjects. Like that sort of helped me like find out what I want to pursue, like what kind of person I am and the kind of environment I want to be in. So like I think high school did help me.
If you were to ask me like what my ideal occupation would be, just if the planets aligned, it would be a musician. So that's kind of been something I've been tossing around, is whether I want to try to be a musician, which is borderline impossible, or actually do something productive and make money with my life.
44% of U.S. adults with a lower secondary education or below earn less than half the median income. As teenagers attempt to find the perfect balance between money and their happiness, the pressure is higher than ever.
I don't know, there's definitely pressure. Like I definitely feel like I need to know what I'm doing, but I can't pinpoint where it's coming from. But I definitely feel like in 3 months I have to know what I'm doing with the rest of my life. In general, I think I'm also surrounded by kids who have a much bigger idea about what they want to do than I do.
I would say kind of like the pressure to not be an artist, the pressure in our society to be like something else was like sort of what drove me to be an artist, because it's like I don't want anything to do with that.
In terms of pressures from society, I guess I wonder sometimes if it would be too difficult and I should just do something like that I'm good at and is a more traditional role or traditional career path. So it could be good at it, but am I really going to want to do that every day of my life? No. No. I attended a school in England, and you basically choose when you're 14. So, and I started that process and before I came to Williston. And the thought of deciding my future when I was 14, it's daunting. I think maybe going into college and being all undecided might be a good thing. That it forces people to really evaluate yourself when you're more mature and not decide when you're 14, I want to be a doctor, and then that's the only path you allow yourself to explore.
Like all the schools would be like, undecided is our most popular major or something like that. So it seems like, and like whenever I say like I don't know exactly what I want to do, everyone's like, oh, that's fine. Like college is the opportunity to find out what you're interested in, and taking all those different classes will help you do that. So I'm kind of trusting that process.
A lot of people who go here are very like just driven and motivated to get into like the best school, that it kind of like puts pressure on you even if like you didn't feel that before.
I definitely think that like the way you apply to college and everything, like you need to have they don't say you need to, but like if you don't have some sort of idea, like what is the point, you know what I mean? For like every school I applied to, I literally made 14 different plans of like, oh, here's how my life can go, and like here's probably what I'll do, and like here's why. And I don't think that the education system we currently have says you have to do that. I think is just how at least like the college application process is for our generation. Like we automatically start thinking like that. I think you have to start planning, and if you don't, there's like this sense of anxiety you get, like why did I try so hard on the SAT, or like what are all of these like 90s on tests for? We look to make a point, and so I think that's why we choose to try to plan out our lives without even having lived for 20 years.
It affected my college process like a lot, because I couldn't apply to schools with a strong just one program because I don't know what I want to do, and so I had to apply to these very broad schools.
It's kind of frustrating when you're applying to college and when, you know, you see the question like what fields at this school interest you, and like you are just have to put like undecided because you really don't know. So like that's frustrating. It's also kind of liberating to know that like I can pick a school based on, you know, the vibe I get from it, or like the quality of student life there, and not like purely on like do they have like the best business program.
It's like Mr. Hing's like, make a film about eggs, and I'm like, and I go into a sushi place because I was like, had this idea, I'm gonna make a film about sushi chef making like a rolled egg omelet. And I go to these sushi restaurants and I'm like, hey, would you guys like mind me filming you and stuff? And they were like, this is business. Like, go find your friend. Like, I was like, right. Yeah, I think my biggest fear is more sushi restaurant people, more people who are like, no, like, I don't have time for you.
Committing to one thing, or like making the real decision, because at some point, even if it's in 3 months or in 2 years, I have to decide if I am teaching or writing or learning about elephants for the rest of my life, and like I'm not ready.
My biggest fear is that I'll pick a major that is like basket weaving, and that like I'll fall in love with it, and like but I'll have no idea how to apply it to like the real world.
I think my biggest fear is that I'll have a huge change of heart, and that everything I've thought of and kind of the little pipe dreams in my mind will go away, and I'll be left with no answers.
I recognize logically that I probably cannot do whatever I want, but like I want it to be true, that I will be the weird exception. I'm going to make a lot of money volunteering in Africa and writing like travel articles, and it's probably not going to happen, but it's like a nice pipe dream while I'm 17.
I think I'm excited about, like in college, like it's up to you. So I would say the freedom.
I'm just most excited to kind of start a new chapter in my life.
I'm excited to get to a place, but there's a lot more opportunities to do what I want to do, and then hopefully I'll be really happy achieving my goals.
I guess I hope in 10 years that I'll be able to start doing what I want to do every day, and not what's going to prepare me to do what I want to do every day.
There's like a lot of very small holes and niches that we have to fill, and we don't even think about those as like career options. I think that the real problem is that we were expected to know so much in high school before we're given the like resources to learn about what we want to do.